Washington, the U.S. Treasury announced sanctions on Russian and Chinese companies on Wednesday, August 15, for violating the economic embargo on North Korea as Washington seeks to maintain pressure on Pyongyang over its nuclear program. The Treasury accused China-based Dalian Sun Moon Star International Logistics Trading and its Singapore-based affiliate, SINSMS, of falsifying documents to facilitate shipments of alcohol and cigarettes to North Korea. Those shipments helped fuel what the Treasury alleged was a huge, illicit, cigarette trade earning the Pyongyang regime $1 billion a year. It also blacklisted Russia-based Profinet for violating UN sanctions by providing loading and refueling services to sanctioned North Korean flagged ships at 3 eastern Russia ports. Also named was Profinet Director General Vasily Alexandrovich Kolchanov, whom the Treasury said was personally involved in deals with the North Koreans. Treasury reminds the shipping industry of the significant risks posed by North Korea's shipping practices, the Treasury said in a statement. The Chinese trading company acknowledged that it has shipped cigarettes and alcohol to North Korea but denied any wrongdoing. We shipped them through China customs clearance, it's all legal, and we have all the necessary legal formalities, the director of Dalian Sun Moon Star International Logistics Trading, Liang Yi, told AFP by telephone. We can only suspend our business now, Liang said. The company might go bankrupt. The sanctions have a huge impact on us. Beijing and Moscow protest. China's foreign ministry said in a statement that Beijing has always strictly enforced United Nations Security Council resolutions on North Korea and did not allow Chinese firms or individuals to engage in activities that violated them. At the same time, China's position on opposing countries enacting unilateral sanctions on other countries and long-armed jurisdiction is consistent and clear, it added. Without elaborating, Washington should be reminded that the maximum pressure approach on Pyongyang is not in keeping with the current situation on the Korean peninsula and it needs to consider easing sanctions, Xinhua said in a commentary. Such commentaries are not statements on official positions, but can be read as a reflection of government thinking. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov said on Thursday that the United States had acted without evidence on the basis of groundless accusations when imposing sanctions on the Russian company. Moscow was working on retaliatory measures, added Ryabkov, saying the Russian leadership would decide whether to hit back. Vasily Kolchanov, the head of the port services agency affected, told Reuters he had worked with North Korean vessels as a transport agent, but said the sanctions against him and his firm were illegal. He only helped prepare documents for the vessels, he said, and was not involved in trading anything. It's not our concern who fuels the vessels, who sells that fuel, who they buy the cargo and oil products from, he said. We do not load vessels. As an agent, I only need to check that they have permission from customs. Despite having opened direct talks with Pyongyang, Washington continues to enforce the embargo on trade with North Korea in order to put pressure on the country to end its nuclear weapons and ballistic missile program. Treasury will continue to implement existing sanctions on North Korea, and will take action to block and designate companies, ports, and vessels that facilitate illicit shipments and provide revenue streams to the DPRK, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said in the statement Wednesday. Consequences for violating these sanctions will remain in place until we have achieved the final, fully verified denuclearization of North Korea. On Tuesday, State Department spokeswoman Heather Nauert said those talks are making progress in the right direction, 2 months after President Donald Trump held a groundbreaking summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Singapore.